Hello there! My name is Spencer, and I will be your host. Today, we're going to talk about how we, the Stanleys, make our smoothies each day. So, the first thing that you need is a good blender. Ours was donated to us by Kaylin's parents. Thanks, John and Juliet. It's a Vitamix. Great! Now, we insert that there, and we're ready to start building our smoothie. The first thing that we add is good old orange juice, a great source of vitamin C. We fill it to about there. We don't need that much because it's a strong sweetener. Next, we're going to add a carrot. Now, typically I like to add medium carrots, but this is a very large, thick carrot, so I'm only adding half. So great. Then, we add about half a cup of chopped red cabbage. So, just gonna split that up there, a chopping effect, and it looks great. Then we're going to add some kale. You've probably heard a lot about the nutritional value of kale, and you would be right. This looks so healthy already. Now we're going to add some powders and some really dense nutritional value things. The first thing will be Jurassic green powder. This is just dense greens. So if you don't want to eat your salad each day, just take a little bit of this and you'll be ready to go. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of this to my smoothie. This is a half teaspoon, so I have to do 2 scoops in order to get it just right. So delicious. Then I'm going to add organic beetroot. This is a great source of iron. And again, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon to my smoothie. Then we have our flax oil. This is great. It's got a lot of that omega stuff in it. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of this to my smoothie. Sometimes I have to finger out the flaxseed oil just to make sure I get it all in there. Alright, now we're ready to add our real sweet stuff to the smoothie. The first thing, typical of all smoothies, are bananas. And I'm going to add 2, break these in half, just so that the blender reaches them better. Then I'm going to add blueberries, which I hear is good for your mind. Then, strawberries, which really adds a lot of sweetener to this. Now, it depends on what you're feeling in the mood for. Sometimes we add peaches to our smoothie, and those are really delicious. But peaches are out of season, so we're using strawberries today. Alright, I think all that we need to do now is add more liquid to it so that it more finely grinds this up. We're going to use distilled water, because we like being healthy. Now I had to fill this all the way to the top in order to add enough lubricant for this blender to effectively blend everything. But depending on how many ingredients you add to your smoothie, you may not want to fill it all the way to the top, else you get a really wet smoothie. So, I think that looks good. I'm going to put the lid on top, and we're going to start blending this. I'm going to start at a really low speed and gradually build from there to make sure that all the large chunks are chopped up finely and it doesn't hurt the blender. This is the knob to adjust the speed. I'm slowly turning it. Now about at this point, there's a lot of vibration going on with our blender. And so I have to hold it down in order to make sure that this actually doesn't fall off the counter. Now I think we're ready to go full bore. Now what I do is we like really fine smoothies. We don't like a lot of large chunks in ours. So what I do is I have to watch to make sure that all the large pieces are ground up finely. But depending on what kind of smoothie you want, you might want to just stop it. So I'm just going to stop it now so that you don't have to watch the whole process of blending. But usually I watch for about 30 seconds in order to get a really fine smoothie. Doesn't that look delicious?